Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about the Mac discussion. Basically, at the UV side. I'm going to divide this particular discussion into against four parts, basically into four different videos. One is a detailed discussion related to the Mac configuration, and the next one is sequence understanding with respect to the scheduler aspects, and the other one is main Mac sequence, and the next one is timestamp discussion. So these four parts I'm going to discuss with respect to the Mac aspects. So now to start with, first let's try to understand in today's video related to the Mac configuration. So for this again I'm taking related to only Mac related logs. So I'm just trying to find. So these are the Mac related logs. We'll take in a separate page to understand. So now you can see some of the RRC logs also will come into the picture. Let's ignore and try to understand the Mac aspects. So you can see resetting Mac. So we'll see only just related to the configuration parts today. Um, Setting the configuration, BSR, right? Setting the configuration. So BSR and retransmission timer. So there is one more thing which is related to configurations. Mac setting default configuration. So BSR timer is one thing, and another one is setting default configuration, which is maximum retransmission, 5 attempts that we can make, right? Retransmission timer 2560, periodic timer which is not yet enabled, DSSR disabled. So basically the main Mac configurations contains HARC configuration and BSR configuration, SR configuration. So there is a power headroom report configuration also, and random access configuration. So for those are the things that we will try to have a look at in this case, right? There is a random access related, SR related. So in the upcoming messages that you will try to see here, example, again the things are actually setting up contention resolution also, right? By this stage we are getting the RNTI basically, which means the random access is actually successfully completed. Now the moment random access is successfully completed, so there is a SR initiation will start, because you have to send something in the uplink. So for that, not just only SR, we'll try to see some configurations related to physical layer as well. Sorry, not physical layer, the PHR, right? Somewhere I think it will be present here. PHR, we'll try to find. Yeah, it is here, PHR, right? Configured. So time to time, whenever there is any interaction related to the air interface, for that you is supposed to send something in the uplink. So for that it will be sending in the BSR, and also it is asking for the request SR, right? So there may be a multiple scenarios where the overlap basically, or the clash between in the BSR and also the SR SR things will come into the picture, which are actually scheduled in a single TTI. Okay, so those things that also needs to be taken into consideration, right? So PHR configurations you can see for individual LCID. Okay, so uh, I'm discussing today related to only configuration. Okay, in the sequence that we will see in the upcoming video. So we'll see other things related to configurations if there are any, right? So Mac doesn't understand anything related to NAS or RRC, right? So what it understands is how to send towards the air, how to map to the particular logical channel, or the transport channel and the physical channel. So that is the only thing. But with respect to that, how the Mac functionality, either it is BSR, SR, random access, right? Okay, this is purely the Mac configurations. This not even talks about anything related to scheduler. Okay, so scheduler discussion that I will take in a different video. So as you can see, majority of the things are actually repeated, but for the different LCIDs. This is LCID3, all are LCID3s, because multiple things DTCH and DCCH will come into the picture, and it may contain the control plane and user plane aspects as well, both. So the moment you see LCD equal to 0 or 1, it can be a DCCH and CCCH. 0 is for CCCH, right? 1 is for DCCH, which means until that point the control plane is actually happening. So the moment you see all the things here, LCD equal to 3, right? Wherever you see LCD equal to 3, that is DTCH, which means the traffic plane or the user plane or the DRBs mapping has already happened at the RLC layer, and the corresponding the MAC layer, it is executing this part. Right, TB size, you can see time to time TB size is also present here. Right, time to time UV is actually requesting SR and power calculations, because these are all actually necessary for the scheduler to do the scheduling. Right, so scheduler phases that we have already seen in the base station logs. Please try to check it out with respect to the scheduling aspects, and the corresponding logs, how it is actually allocated, how many different different PRBs in order to get the UV to get the access and send the data towards the uplink from the UV side. So there are different related types of BSRs also, you can see long BSR, because these are uplink features that is actually implemented at the UV side. Right, so you can see here other things. Right, we may not be able to get the uh, more detail actually related to the L3 specific things, because this is purely L2 and it cannot understand, as I said earlier, from the RSC perspective it cannot understand. But from the RLC, whatever it is taking in case of uplink and downlink, right, the preparations are happening here, and then we'll be sending. So this is how actually the message exchange happens in the MAC layer, right? MAC to MAC communication, how it actually happens here. Okay, so that's all for today's video, and then we'll see you in the next video related to MAC part 2. Thank you.